Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today's video is kind of like a back to school tutorial, but way simpler because I see like back to school tutorials and like there's bronzer, highlight, blush, and I'm kind of like, who wants to do that every single day? When you're going back to school, you just want to sleep in a little bit more, do as little as possible. So this is really like a 10-minute tutorial. I do this every day for school, 10 minutes. So it takes me 5 things. It's super easy, but to make it a little bit more interesting, I'm going to be doing a foundation wear test because I've been really curious about this. It's not new per se, but it did just launch at Sephora maybe about a week or two ago, so I do want to review it. It was only an e-commerce brand before, meaning that it was only, you could only buy this stuff on their website. So I do want to kind of review this too, throw a little fun in there too. I'll be doing wear tests, see how long it wears. It is 7:13 a.m. So I'll be doing check-ins throughout the day, and I'll probably do like a final check-in at around 9 tonight, so it'll be like a full 12 hours, see how it wears. So first off, just some product information. This is a box. It is gold, it is reflective. It's like kind of nice, but when I opened the box, I was surprised at how bulky it is. Like you can see how big it is. Like compared to like another foundation box, this is the NARS Longwear Radiant Foundation. This is a big bulky box. So it says Essential High Coverage Cream Foundation, Supreme Coverage, Lightweight, and Long Wearing. We're going to put that to the test. Essential High Coverage Cream Foundation creates an impeccable airbrushed matte finish instantly. Simply smooth a small amount of the concentrated formula onto the skin with Jory's Essential Precision Foundation Brush. I'm going to use a beauty sponge. And buff to reveal your perfect complexion. Okay, and this is also cruelty free. Okay, so I haven't opened the box yet because I want to do first impressions on the camera. But can we see like that it's being protected? Like maybe that's why the box is so big, because you can see the bottle isn't that big. I don't really mind it because I know it's a glass bottle, so I think this is fine. I did order it online. Oh, this also has 0.68 ounces, which is 20 mils. Most foundations normally have around an ounce or so. Some have a little bit more, others have a little less. This is on the little less side. It's very cute, it's very small. It's very nice to have in your vanity. This would be well for travel if you do travel a lot, so. Okay, so I already moisturized and primed off camera. Okay, so this tutorial does involve 5 makeup things. If you want to moisturize beforehand, go ahead and do so. You can do this if you're oily skin, heads up if you're new to makeup. You just have to find a gel moisturizer that is good for oily skin. I prefer gel simply because there's no oil in it as compared to like other moisturizers. So that's what I will typically go for. But if not, you can also use a primer that preps the skin for makeup and also hydrates, because those do exist out there. If you want to skip a step and just go right in, go for it. I have a beauty sponge right here. It's really big. This is the Morphe one. It's $8. It's really nice, cost and effective. Most of this stuff actually is pretty affordable. It's drugstore except for the foundation, of course, since that's what we're trying. Comes in a gold little pump. I'm really excited about this. Oh, it says shake well, which I wanted to do anyways. Can you guys hear this? It sounds very watery in there, so I'm a little concerned. But yeah, shake well, because you never know, like the oils might have separated and stuff, so. I love that feeling of a new foundation when you gotta like pump it 60 times to get it out. I hear something. Oh my god, I'm in a rush. Oh, it's about to come out. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna do 1 pump. And I'm just going to dot it all over the face. I don't know how much I'm gonna need. I have my mirror below me, so excuse me if I'm looking down. So dot 1, 2, 3, 4 down below. I scooted myself in closer so I can look at my mirror because I'm not wearing contacts right now because I gotta go to the eye doctor, so. Shoot, is this gonna be a good shade match? Well, might be a little too warm for me. This does have good coverage, I'm not gonna lie. This is definitely a medium to full in the sense that I haven't had to build it up yet, but it does feel pretty medium to full, like right between there. Didn't have any blending issues, even though I did dot it all over my face. This is like a good foundation. I hate this because this foundation is an online only kind of a thing from Sephora. I do look yellow in person. Like my skin tones are not matching and I'm really irked about that, so I'm gonna take a tiny bit more on my sponge and just go down the neck. Not only am I testing the foundation, I just wanted to see how accurate their guide was. because they had a guide on their website and they're like, oh, if you're this foundation in this, if you're this color in this brand, here's your match. So I did that and I have my perfect match in another brand, like it is exactly my color. So I got this from that, and then I think it's a perfect match. It's looking pretty yellow. We're gonna try and fix this. This is very full coverage and lightweight though, I will say that. Once this is all blended out, I'm gonna go in with the NYX concealer. Very full coverage, very affordable. It's like $5, I believe. $5.99 maybe. This is so yellow. Gotta be a way to like fix this, but maybe too late for that. Lighter concealer under my eyes, as you can see, and then I also put a dab of something lighter. Try and fix the situation here. We might have to wait till the end to try and fix that, but anyways. Concealer is our number 2 thing. I'm not counting the beauty sponge as a thing because you could go with the sponge, you could go with a brush. It's really a personal preference kind of thing. I used to exclusively use a brush for like the first 3 years when I got into makeup, but I don't know. I found the sponge just blended a lot better. I'm patting away any creases, keeping my eyes open, and I'm gonna go in with setting powder. So for under eye eyes, I go in with the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder just because I find it doesn't dry out my eyes. But for the rest of the face, I'm going to go in with a little Coty Airspun. Very lightly gonna tap some everywhere because I'm already running late. It's just in a tapping kind of a motion. Don't want to move anything I've just placed. Quickly wipe away a quick bake I had going on. And then last but not least, I'm going to go in with setting spray. I've really been enjoying this Morphe one. I feel like I look at Airbrush when I use this. It's $15. If you go to Ulta, they always have $3.50 off $15 coupons. And you can use it on this brand. So 5 things: primer, foundation, concealer, powder, spray. And then as a last step, I just go around on my cheeks and pat in the setting spray. I find that I can't do this trick on my nose or my forehead just because it ends up removing product. It especially moves product around my under eyes concealer, so trust me, if you've seen people doing this and you're like, oh, I need to do it everywhere, you don't because it looks the same. I just really like patting it into my cheeks for an airbrushed effect. Okay, now that I'm looking at this foundation, it is still a little yellow, but it wasn't as bad as when we first started. So I'm excited to see how this wears. I do actually have to go run out the door right now, but I will come back. It is currently 7:28. See, we started at 7:14. It's 14 minutes later. And that's only because I took my time talking to you guys too. Like, I was reviewing the foundation and stuff. Like, I was reading stuff off this beautiful carton with the secure packaging. I actually quite enjoy that, to be honest. So I was doing all that. That's the only reason why it took so much time. But yeah, 14 minutes, guys. It's in the morning. This is how I would go out. Very natural, kind of like a Your Skin, but way better kind of a look. Because I got rid of my under eye bags, covered up most of my acne scars, and I don't know when I'll do a check-in, but we'll see how this foundation wears. I'm back for my first check-in. It is, I don't know if this time is going to show up reverse. So it's 4:30. It's been about 9 hours I've had this foundation on. I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video that I'm very combo skin right now. I have an oily T-zone. Like, my cheeks are fine, like they're normal, and then like the high points kind of like sort of going like over here are dry. I like this foundation so much when I put it on at first, but right now I'm having so many issues with it. I will say the color was fine though in certain lighting. Like if I was in a store or something, or like in a mall or something, whatever. Like if there was like light from like a place or something, like a store or a restaurant, I was totally fine. It didn't look that bad. And actually, when I was in natural lighting, it didn't even look that yellow. It looked like it oxidized, but not orange, just darker. So oxidizing basically means that when a foundation's like exposed to air, the color will alter. Usually it goes orange. On me, this one ended up going darker, weirdly enough, but anyways. So the color was fine. So I've had this foundation on for about 9 hours. I'm still gonna go for like another 5, see how else it wears. I do feel kind of oily in my T-zone right now, which normally doesn't happen with my normal Holy Grail foundation. My thoughts are kind of all over the place with this foundation. First off, it is way more full coverage. At the beginning of the video, I know I said it was like medium to fullish. No, this is like full. Like, it's pretty full coverage, and I only used 1 pump, which is extremely weird. With my old foundation, I would go like 4 or 5 pumps to cover up my entire face. This is 1 pump and it covered my entire face, so I will give points for being extremely high coverage. I will say, if you have dry skin, please stay away from this foundation. It is matte. Do they say it's good for all skin types? Let's find out. Hopping on over to Sephora. Essential High Coverage Cream Foundation. Okay, so it says it's full coverage. Okay, it says it's good for dry skin. I don't personally think it is because, like I said earlier, I'm very combo skin right now and I have dry patches all along in this area. And when I looked up really close up in a mirror, like kind of looking at my skin, like how am I doing? Am I getting kind of oily? Is it separating? Is it peeling? What's going on? I look like a freaking mermaid up in here because it is very kind of scaly looking, meaning my dry patches are all up. They're very accentuated. I actually didn't even know I had that many dry patches because my other foundation does not show it at all. So I'm like very stunned about this. Like I hate how scaly I'm looking. Also, I have really bad smile lines. So sometimes the foundation will settle into it, meaning it'll make them more amplified, like you can see them more. So I do go in with like a primer that does fill in pores because I'm like, oh, it'll fill in my lines. But I will say that normally no foundation is like not going to settle into it, so I don't take off points for that. My thing with this is that my smile lines are accentuated all the way from up here, which it normally doesn't. So you'll see lines going all the way down, and I honestly do look 20 years older. With my other foundation, my smile lines will show, but it's not as bad. And then I'll tell you guys what foundation I'm reviewing. I'm gonna see if I can do close-ups, so let's get to it. Okay, so here you can really see my smile lines right up in here, right up in here. And normally they won't go up. I'm gonna try and use my shadow as the pointer. Normally they won't go up this high. They'll usually kind of settle to around my mouth. It won't go up that high, so I am taking off points for that because it did settle up a lot higher than I thought. And then this is like the dry patches I was talking about. Sorry if I'm like looking over there, like my eyes kind of in shot. I'm trying to like look into my viewfinder with this. My dry patches are sticking up a lot. This does not happen with my other foundation that I use every single day and I love. It's very expensive, but this does not happen. I also, while we're here, do we see how kind of cakey it looks like? I mean, I might have used too much, but I mean, I did use a pump. I used half a pump to go down to my neck, just to kind of go blend it out. Also, I don't know how well you guys can see, but my foundation never separates off that much to the point where it comes off my nose. Like it'll separate, but it'll just look kind of oily, like it won't actually come off. I am oily in this area, so I'm not sure about this being matte. I did not go in with a mattifying primer. Let me put the very loud claim on that. So just kind of amplifies texture. My forehead does look weirdly enough kind of dry. On camera my forehead looks kind of dry, but it's actually looking a little dewy. It did kind of settle into this divot I have right here. I don't normally see this line. I'm not liking this. This is off the Shade Match Online, by the way. I do not like this foundation and I loved it when I put it on. I do not love this foundation as much as I did when I first put this on, and I hate that. I hate that because I'd heard so much hype about it. I thought it was going to be really good. A lot of people love it. I have mixed feelings about it. I really wanted to love this. I thought it was going to be like the next big thing for me, like 38 bucks. Like it's not expensive. You don't get a lot, but I was like, one pump will cover your entire face. Like maybe this is the next best thing ever. Yeah, so you saw the flaws. If you have smile lines that you struggle with, dry skin, dry patches, oily skin, I do not know if you'll like this. I'm gonna keep wearing it for, like I said, another few hours. See how it wears. I will say it is very transfer proof though. Like I've been watching my baby nephew and he's like been going at my face. Like he's like kicked me, he'll like grab my face, he'll like scratch, he'll rub. And I was at the eye doctor's today and you know, like they'll have you like put your chin down, lean forward. And I looked at the equipment after, none of the foundation came off. And like when I went to go like answer call, you'll do like this thing, like you'll put the phone and then like, oh no, foundation's on my phone. The foundation just didn't come off on my phone. So this is probably one of the first really transfer proof foundations that I've found, which I hate because there's so much I do not like about this foundation. In case y'all were curious, it is the Jouer foundation. I'm not pleased with myself. I hate that I'm bashing it. And I hate that this isn't a good review. I did not want to start off my channel like this. I really wanted to love this foundation more than I do. I've not touched up once. I will say this, it is long wearing. It is very full coverage and it is transfer proof. I will say that, those claims are true. I don't know if it claims to be transfer proof, but it is. So I like that about a foundation. My skin's never looked worse. Alright, I'll be back in a few more hours with another check-in. Alright, it is 8:33. I'm sitting down to do final check-in. I know I said I was gonna wait until 9, but I need this off my face. Here's what's going on. I personally do not like this foundation. My whole face actually feels like an oil slick. I'm only oily on my forehead and around my nose. So this is very strange. I am peeling so much on the side of my face. I can actually feel it. It does not look pretty, but I do not like this. I still have this weird divot. My smile lines look so bad. My nose looks huge. Does my nose really just look that big? Oh, I made it bigger with these shadows. There you go. I personally do not like this foundation. I will not be reaching for it again. I know I said I was going to try it again tomorrow with like different primers and stuff. And I told my mom this because I was getting her opinion. She hates it too. She said, no, just go return it. And the more I started thinking about it, I was like, yeah, actually I should, because I should not have to change primer, moisturizer, concealer, stuff that works for me to get this one foundation to work when I already have several other foundations that work quite well with the combo I'm already doing. So I do not think this is worth it. I will say this though, if you have normal skin, you are looking for full coverage and you don't want any foundation to transfer off anywhere, definitely look into this. I think it's totally worth the 38 bucks. So you don't get an ounce. I did cover my entire face with a pump though, so I can't imagine that this will last a long time. If you do get it, be wary that when you start pumping it, it'll feel like it might be defective, because like when you pump something, you can feel like if it's defective or not. It's gonna feel defective. The shade chart on their website, on Jouer's website, was totally accurate. The color did get a little better on me throughout the day. I don't think it's that bad anymore. I just do not like the texture, what it's emphasizing on me. Will not be reaching for this again, and I already have other foundations I love, to be honest. Like, how many foundations do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my god. Alright, to be fair, 2 of those are my winter shades, so we're not gonna count those because it ain't winter, but I already have other foundations I know I love. I hope you guys like the tutorial I did at the beginning of this video and these check-ins I did. I really did not want to start off my channel like this because I don't want to bash a brand. I do want to try their blush duos though. Like, I want to try more from this brand. This isn't going to stop me. But yeah, I'll be returning this, which I'm so sad about. I can't get over this packaging, like the way they had it like shaped in here. Like, I will be following this up with a video of stuff I love. I like everything else in this video. It's all drugstore friendly. So yeah, I hope you guys really like this video, and I'll be following this up shortly with a first impressions makeup tutorial, and thanks for watching.